back to my channel. For today's video we have an unboxing of a Makeup Geek mystery bag. This was the $10 round pan grab bag that they had available on their website. At the point I'm filming this video, this mystery box is still available on the Makeup Geek website, so we'll have it linked in the description box below. Just before I get started, I just want to go over a couple of things. Just a reminder that I do currently have a giveaway live on my channel. This is in my ranking Colourpop palette video, which will be linked in the description box below. And the giveaway is to win a Colourpop palette of your choosing, so be sure to enter that if you haven't already. And then just to mention a couple of makeup items I have on my face, as I am terrible at remembering to link my makeup in the description box. I do have false lashes on today, which if you are new here, that is not a regular occurrence, but I did have a bit of extra time today, so thought I would have a little bit of a play with some false lashes and some new lash adhesive. The lash adhesive that I'm trying is actually a liner lash adhesive, and this is from the brand Lash Base. Like I said, I don't normally wear false lashes, so this made life a bit easier for me today. I've tried applying false lashes with glue in the past and I just can't seem to get it to work for me, whereas this seemed pretty effective. This is now my third video that I'm filming of the night, so I have had these lashes on for a good few hours at this point, and they are ever so slightly starting to lift on the inner corner, but that is it. That's the only place that's kind of budged. Bearing in mind this was my first time ever trying this lash adhesive, and to be honest, these lashes, I'm pretty impressed so far. The lashes that I have on are from the brand Battington lashes, and these are ones that I got in a FabFitFun subscription box. These are the Monroe 3D Silk Lashes. They are pretty dramatic, but they are also pretty comfortable, so I'm impressed with these as well. For my eyeshadow, I'm trying the BH Cosmetics Chillin in Chicago palette. Apologies if you are a regular subscriber and have watched my last few videos where I've gone over that exact information. I have changed up my lipstick in each video though. So for today, I do have a lip liner on from Colourpop. This is in the shade BFF2, and I also have a Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. Why don't we get into this mystery box? So this is how the box itself came. Like I said, it is the $10 round pan grab bag. And on their website, it said it would include at least 10 of their round pan products. At the time that I purchased this, they did have a couple of larger mystery bags available as well, but before filming this I did go and have a look on the website and they appear to have gone from there, but I say this one is still available. As the kind of name of this mystery box would suggest, this one was $10, and for me to get it shipped from the UK, shipping was $6.99, which is pretty affordable for international shipping. I didn't have to pay any customs or anything like that, probably because it was worth only $10, and I think the cutoff for customs is about $35. I did also use a discount code. I think I used Angelica Nyquist's, and that got me 10% off, so I did save another $1. So all in all, this did cost me $15.99, which did come out my bank at £11.86, which for a mystery box including delivery from the US, I was pretty impressed to begin with. So inside the box was this little bundle of goodies. I have these ones which were kind of wrapped in a cute little bow, which I have slightly destroyed. These are, I believe, all just their pressed eyeshadows. Then we have two of their foiled eyeshadows, and then I also have a contour pan, which I wasn't expecting. I did think this was going to be all eyeshadows. So all in all, I do have 11 pans of product, which is definitely what they guaranteed because they did say at least 10. And then at the bottom of the box, which I definitely wasn't expecting, is two little empty palettes. So these do just hold 4 shadows each, and I think this is a really nice touch to include these because I wasn't expecting it at all. And actually at the same time I purchased this mystery box, I did make a Tarte order, and I did actually pick up a empty palette from Tarte because I thought I needed somewhere to put these, so I'm really impressed that they did include these as well. I think they have now gone to square pans, so they obviously are trying to get rid of excess stock and things, which I'm more than happy to snap it up. But I think it'll be really nice to create my own little quads from these, and they will then be perfect for travel, whenever that may be. The first impressions, before I've even kind of delved into the mystery box, I was already impressed. I have gone through and kind of looked at all of the shades that I have, but I haven't opened them or swatched them or anything like that because I thought I would do that on camera. And for once, I have come prepared, although one cotton pad may not be enough, but I've come more prepared than I usually do. So what I think I'll do first is I'm just going to swatch this contour pan and then I'll go through the eyeshadows. So looking at this one in the pan, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a pretty good shade match for me. In case it annoys you, I'm warning you now that I'm going to kind of do the influencer hand on all these products to show you properly. So that does feel really nice and creamy, and that is there, which you can't really see, so it may be a little bit too light for me actually, but this is a product that maybe I could use as an eyeshadow. I'll possibly just look into it to see if they are eye safe, but this is in the shade Warm Porcelain, so would probably explain why it's a little bit too light for me, as I don't even know if it's even showing up at all, but it is a really nice touch and I'm going to give it a go to try and find some use for it. I think I'll leave the foiled eyeshadows to the end because they're probably going to be a little more difficult to remove. So I'll just run through each of these in order. We do have 8 here. So this first one here is Prom Night, and this does look like a really nice kind of deep grey, almost purpley shade. That is that one. These are really nice smooth shadows, so I'm excited to play with them properly on my eyes. Once swatched, it's actually lighter than I thought it would be. It is an almost kind of taupe shade and it is really pretty because I do definitely love taupe shadows. I'm really hoping that some of the angles I'm showing you are close enough. The next shade we have here is So Pale, which definitely sums the shade up. It is a very pale shade. It is an almost cream shade. And this one might be a quite nice brow bone highlight, or a really good shade to kind of use for blending. Again, really nice and creamy. This one obviously isn't going to show up very much on my skin tone, but if you can see it, it is there. So I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of this shade, but it is quite a nice one to have. Then we have this shade here, Summer Lovin', which is a gorgeous, very summery looking shade. I would say it is possibly like a tangerine shade. That's that one. And I feel like this is actually pretty unique to my collection. That one is definitely a bit more subtle than I thought it would be, but that is absolutely fine with me. I am more than happy to build up shades, especially ones that are slightly brighter. Just in case it is coming across on video, I do have what I think is a ganglion cyst on the back of my hand. It's probably not the best hand to do swatches on. I think I might switch to this hand now actually. There's not much I can do about it. The doctor is aware, and I've just been told that it may go away by itself, which is really helpful, but it is such a pain when trying to swatch products. But yeah, really impressed by that shade Summer Lovin', and I think that is going to be a gorgeous shade to reach for. The next shade we have here is Rapunzel, and this is just a really nice pale nude shade. Yeah, that is that one. And this will be, I think, a really nice shade to kind of blend things out. I think this is a matte shade, although it does appear to kind of catch the light. I don't think it's a shimmery shade. It might just be the kind of colour to it. But that is really pretty. The next shade we have here is Spirited, and this one does appear to be a shimmer. And this is a really nice kind of coppery gold shade. And again, really nice and smooth. And this one is definitely more vibrant on the swatch than I thought it would be. That is a gorgeous coppery shade. And that was just one swipe in the pan, so I'm really impressed with that formula so far. Next we have the shade Surfs Up, which is a kind of blue tone grey looking shade. And again, something that I think is quite unique to my collection. That is a really pretty shade. I know I'm saying that about every single one. Yeah, that is definitely like a kind of bluey, grey, silvery type shade. It is a matte though, but it is really nice and I think it is very different. So I'm really impressed by that one as well. If I'm honest, I was expecting some really obscure, bright shades in here. So far, I'm pretty impressed by what I've received because I am definitely a neutrals girl. The next one we have here is Tinseltown, and I think this is a really dark, possibly shimmery grey. Kind of looks like oil type colour. Once swatched, that is again another kind of taupey shade, but a slightly deeper one. So that again is really nice. think it does have a slight shimmer to it, but possibly not. It kind of reminds me of maybe one of those like sequin shades that Colourpop do, which is a matte with sequins in. Maybe Makeup Geek did them first, but I think these two shades here are matte. Maybe not now looking at them. I think this one has a kind of silver fleck to it, and then this one has a bit of a coppery fleck to it. But I really like that they are kind of more subtle, kind of shimmery, but really nice, possibly satin. That'll be the finish. I always forget about the finish of satin. Yes, I think those two and probably this one here are satin shades, which I don't have a lot of, I don't believe, in my collection, so really excited to add them. And then the final one of these is in the shade Pink on Me, which as you can see is a really gorgeous pink, and this one definitely looks to be very shimmery. That is that one. And now I'm running out of room, so I'm gonna have to try and fit this in somewhere. I've kind of gone over my knuckles with this, and the skin on my knuckles is quite dry, so this is a terrible swatch and I don't think it does this shade justice, but that is a really gorgeous pink shade. Not the kind of shade I normally go for because it is quite bubblegum pink. It does look like it has an almost gold shift to it, because I thought this one was quite shimmery, but I think this again might be satin. It just looks like it catches the light slightly more than the others. So a really pretty shade, and not one I'd normally go for, but I think I'll give this one a go. And just because I've completely run out of room, I'm just going to take these off the back of my hand before I swatch the final two foiled shadows. And then finally for these two foiled shades, the first one here is in the shade House Light, and this looks like an absolutely gorgeous gold shade. It is like the kind of perfect yellow gold shade and definitely right up my alley. There is that one. With it saying foiled shadow, I was expecting it to be a little bit more creamy than it is, but that's probably as creamy as some of the shimmer shades I've just tried, but it is definitely an impactful colour and one that is really gorgeous, so I'm excited to give that a go. And I think if you did apply this one wet, it would look stunning. And then the second foil shadow and the final one in the mystery bundle is in the shade Curtain Call and is an almost kind of cranberry red. Apologies if that was just kind of reflecting off the camera then. So that is this one. And I've just realised I can't remember at what point I stopped showing all of these up to camera, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and do close-ups. This one definitely feels more foiled than the gold one. And yeah, straight away I can tell this is definitely more of an impactful. This feels like an almost softer shadow, and actually swatched it is another gorgeous copper colour, but a more kind of rust type copper shade, which does catch the light, also slightly orangey and pink, so that is gorgeous. So I'm pretty impressed with both of those foil shades, but this feels like a better formula than the gold one. This one definitely did feel a little bit dry, whereas this was just impactful straight away, whereas I think that was 2 swatches. So yeah, really excited to have a go with that one on my eyes. Apologies for some of those close-ups, the pan has actually been swatched already. I got a little bit too excited when going through them, and I think I forgot to stop showing the actual pan up to the camera close. So I've had to go back and do it after I've swatched them all, so some of them don't look as good as they should do, but that is why, because I have swatched them all, because yeah, I did get a little bit too excited. Overall, I am super impressed with this mystery box. Kind of wish I'd maybe picked up one of the bigger ones, but for me this is fantastic value, and I'm kind of glad they changed the size of their eyeshadows so that I could pick up something like this to give them a try, because I have always wanted to try Makeup Geek shadows. Colour story wise, kind of out of what they've sent me, the only shadow there that I don't think I would reach for is that bright pink one. This one here, Pink on Me. I probably could make it work for me, but that's the only one that I immediately think I probably won't reach for an awful lot. And possibly the 2 kind of cream shades that they sent, but these kind of things are probably why they have an excess of them, because not a lot of people will probably purchase these kind of shades. But out of all 10 eyeshadows to only not really like 3 of them, I think that is great. I was expecting definitely more out there, brighter colours that I probably wouldn't make much use out of. I'm most excited to try these 2, which is Surf's Up and Summer Lovin'. I think they are pretty unique shades to my collection, but I don't think the 2 out there that I wouldn't be able to use them. And then I'm also really excited to use this foil shade, which, just as a reminder, is that one here. That is a gorgeous shade, and I think it'll be lovely in autumn. And also the 2 kind of taupey shades as well, because I've definitely been into my more cool tone shades as of late, so these are really nice to add to my collection as well. And I'm excited to kind of work out which quads I'm going to put together. I'm not too sure how I'm going to work it at the moment, because I do want them to kind of be cohesive, but I do want them to be a bit different as well. So I don't know whether to maybe stick these two kind of brighter shades in the same palette or put one in each. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of sit down and see what I can create. So I just wanted to add this little extra clip in at the end, going over the palettes that I put together using the singles and the little 4-pan palettes that they sent with them. So this one here, I've gone for a kind of warm toned palette with the foiled gold shade, this really gorgeous orangey shade, and then 2 of the lighter sort of shimmery gold shades. I really like this as a little palette, and I think this is one I'm probably going to reach for quite a lot. I feel like I've kind of made a little cohesive palette here that is one that if I'd have seen as a palette itself I would have possibly purchased. And then for this one here, I've gone for a slightly darker one using the really pretty blue shade, the foiled reddy kind of rust shade, and then 2 of the taupe shades. I'm not too sure about this palette, but the only other shades I could have put in here were the really pale shades, which I didn't think really went either. So I've kind of gone for cool toned here with then this pop of warm, but I don't know what cohesive looks I'll be able to create out of this one. So I'm not too sure about this one, but I'm really happy with this one, and I think I am going to end up reaching for this one quite a lot. But so I just wanted to kind of stick this in to show you what I'd created with the singles and the little palettes I'd received. Like I say, when I did sit down to film this video, this mystery bundle was still available on the Makeup Geek website, and for me, I do think it is well and truly worth it. I think they do sell Makeup Geek singles on possibly Beauty Bay, and I know they are definitely a few pounds each, so to get so many and basically get them for £1 each, I think is an absolute steal. So if you are wanting to try Makeup Geek's eyeshadow, I would highly recommend giving this mystery bundle a go, and I'm so glad that I did. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.